So we were going to start with a lovely, cracking open of a can.
But this is our, fourth attempt at not being boring.
Yeah, our fourth attempt at not being absolutely rubbish.
Yeah, which is really hard to do for us.
Yeah, it's a difficult one for us. But welcome back.
Welcome back. I hope you had a good week. It's been a week.
You're listening to Teacups and Tangents.
For some reason.
Or if you got it on mute, then you're not listening to Teacups and Tangents. You're
insane? Why would you mute a podcast?
Well, I don't know.
Why would you put a podcast on mute?
Yeah, I only listen to my podcasts on mute.
Yeah, I have them on in the background, but, silence so it doesn't distract me.
But yeah, how are you? How have you been?
I'm a little bit annoyed, but we'll save that for the tangent.
We'll save that for one of our many tangents. I'm not annoyed. I'm doing good.
Good.
I'm still here.
That's always a plus.
We've not really spoke for a while.
No, not since we did this.
For a week.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously not in person. I mean, we've spoken a couple of times on Discord.
Have we?
I think so.
I think very briefly.
That's true. I don't know why we haven't. I feel bad now.
We didn't have a stream.
We didn't. We didn't have either of our streams.
That's it.
Well, I didn't have either of mine. Because I wasn't on Wednesday either.
So, what were you up to on Wednesday?
Busy being disappointed like a sad parent.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
So, in last week's podcast, I mentioned that I would be going to Alton Towers on the Wednesday. I did. And it was the worst experience I've ever had there.
Worse than insert a bad experience you've had that I don't specifically...
I don't think I've actually had any bad experiences at Alton before, so it's hit me hard. Hit me right in the feels.
Hit you right in the feels.
That was another visual gag. We need to stop doing those.
Yep. All I saw was you posting about queues going, "Urgh."
Yeah, basically. So because there's a little event going on at the moment worldwide. There's a little bit of
the incident.
And so they've had to put in a bunch of different social distancing measures in the park and stuff, make sure people can come back safely. And what I saw was no one doing them, and including the park.
They're just like, be free.
That's what it was like. It was wild, and I've never seen it that busy.
Was it like Will Smith's Wild Wild West?
Wiki wiki wow wow. It was absolutely crammed.
Is it quite busy at the moment?
Absolutely. I've been there so many times over the past few years because theme parks are my thing. You know this.
I am aware.
You are aware. And I've never in my life seen it that busy. And it wasn't because people were distancing so it looked busier, because no one was distancing. And there were a few people that were. I tried my best, but when you've got a gang of lads breathing down your neck for the whole Nemesis queue, it gets a bit, tiring. Do
you think a lot of people just went to Alton Towers because it was open?
I feel like that was probably it, and it was quite a sunny, warm day as well.
Yeah.
Which doesn't help, but you have to pre-book, so either way, most people probably wouldn't have known that. But the thing is you have to pre-book so that they can control the numbers of the people that are going into the park, because they've got to run on limited capacity. I don't believe that they're running on limited capacity.
Do you think it's just the normal amount of people?
More. I've never seen that many people there.
Just sneaking people in suitcases.
You know how the grass at the end of Tower Street has a couple of people sat on it sometimes having a picnic? That kind of looked like a dead body covered in flies. There's just people everywhere. I don't know why that was my analogy.
The people are the flies.
The people are the flies.
I see.
It wasn't
the flies are people.
A carcass. There wasn't a bloodbath or anything.
Bloodbath at local theme park.
Although there was at Thorpe Park.
Oh yeah, someone got stabbed in the stomach.
It's just not been a great time for Alton. But that also meant that there was an extra step to getting into Alton. You had to do a little T-pose and get scanned with a thingy that detects metal.
So how were the queues? Were they quite lengthy?
That's one word for it. All of the queues, at one point in the day, every single queue was at least 2 hours.
Oh, Jesus.
And considering as well that they've shortened the park day so that there's time after
what is
park
it,
closes.
10 to 4?
10 to 4, so there's only 6 hours.
Oh, that's a point for me.
So when every single ride is a 2-hour queue, I got 3 rides done in a day. 3 in a whole day.
That's less than ideal.
Yeah.
Is that 6 hours?
6 hours.
And 3 rides.
3 rides. Nemesis, Duel, and the Smiler. That was all I got. And the Smiler queue was insane. Okay, so you know how all of the queues have extended queues?
Yeah,
so
like, if needed, they can just go, more queue.
If it's really busy, they can just open up a new bit and then the queue gets longer to allow for more people. That is on max at the moment. It's the longest possible queue that it can have so that people can distance, because there's markers on the floor. No one stands on the markers anyway, so that's full.
They just ignore them. Just go, who cares? I'm alright, I'm cool.
So imagine the standard Smiler queue, practically full. A little bit of distance for some people. Like, I tried to, but, it's hard. I was quite lucky that the people behind me were at least keeping, like, a meter, but they still weren't stood on the markers, so it's,
At least they were trying.
At least they were trying.
They were trying their best.
Exactly.
Don't put them down for trying their best.
I mean, the best would be to just stand on the marker.
I mean, yeah, that is kind of what is intended, but,
But the thing is, I don't see why people wouldn't stand on the marker. You get in the ride the same speed. It doesn't affect how quickly you get on the ride at all. Because the queue length is still the same. There's still the same.
So our message to viewers is... Our message to listeners is don't go to theme parks yet.
Well, don't go to Alton Towers. Don't go to big ones. I'd say go to little ones, because Oakwood also opened recently, and theirs went really well.
Oh, decent.
They're doing really good at the moment.
For those of you who don't know, Oakwood's a theme park.
Oh, really? Yeah. I almost went to drink the sanitizer again.
Do not drink hand sanitizer.
Do not drink hand sanitizer, unless you're Trump, because Trump seems pretty...
No, don't listen to him. Don't ingest it. It's not good for you.
That's true. It's got alcohol in it.
Me and the boys getting pissed on hand sanitizer.
You would also die.
I mean, yeah, you die quite a death. It's like, I think you can get pissed on bleach, but why would you do it?
It's desperate for a good
time.
Don't
drink bleach.
Don't drink bleach.
So have you been up to much other than that?
I fell down the TV rabbit hole again, watching films and shows.
What have you been watching? Because that's like a welcome to probably shitty movies of the week.
I don't think I've actually watched any bad films over the past week. I've mostly just been watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that's been like my... a couple of people have had like quarantine shows. That's kind of mine. It's one that you started at the beginning, finish at the end.
I started rewatching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then I got bored.
I did that in 2 days.
Jesus Christ.
It was quite the achievement. Worth it, though.
How?
Don't stop. Can't stop.
Don't stop, can't stop, won't stop. Make me stop.
Save me from the spiral of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. No, so I was watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I recommend very much if you're a fan of Marvel in any way. In any way. It's such an interesting show.
I'll have to catch an episode of it.
Yeah, it's episodic, so
is it on,
it's not episodic.
Is it on Disney Plus?
It is.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can watch up until Series 5, which is where I've got up to, finish Series 5.
Yeah.
They are on Series 7 now, so there are 2 series that I haven't seen, but for all intents and purposes, I kind of finished the Disney Plus offer.
I've been meaning to watch that, like, Hamilton movie.
Oh my god.
But,
I haven't.
I haven't watched it yet because I don't really use my Disney Plus account much.
I've literally only used it for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for the past, month. I mean, I'm getting my money.
Better than nothing.
It's better than nothing, that's true.
So, have you've been indulging in the arts of video games? That's a weird way to say it.
Yeah, actually, I've been playing Rainbow Six Siege. It's one that I never got into before, but it's on sale at the moment, so I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go.
Yeah,
It's alright. It's a bit fun with friends. It's a bit more passable, but I have to say it's quite aggravating. It's definitely one of those games that you could get angry at very quickly.
Yeah, a bit like you with Rocket League.
We don't talk about that.
Okay.
I'm not very friendly.
Have I played any games in the past week?
Dum 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 dum.
Sorry, we're singing it badly, so then we can't get sued.
Yeah.
I don't think I've played a single game this week.
That's impressive.
Because,
I've played a few.
Or have I played Minecraft ever so briefly?
Possibly.
No, I haven't.
You haven't. No games.
No games at all, because I've not been streaming this week, so I've not played games.
That's sad. I fell out of games for like a while, but then I sort of fell down the Ubisoft rabbit hole recently. Six Siege is a Ubisoft game. Far Cry we talked about that a lot last week. I've also started playing For Honor, because that's on a free weekend at the moment.
I am aware that at the moment though on Steam for this weekend, Civ 6 is free, but I already own it.
Is it free permanently or just a free weekend?
No, just free weekend.
Yeah.
They'd never give away a game.
Yeah, I was
Come
going
on.
to say. For Honor is another one, like I said, that I've been playing this week. It's a nice medieval-y, crossover-y type game. It's like knights, Vikings, and like samurai warriors and stuff. It's fun. It's got a really interesting combat mechanic. Like that's kind of the focus of it. And it's the kind of combat where like you need to be very aware, and there's like a billion different buttons that you have to press right if you don't want to die.
Well, you know, I'm trying to. I think the problem is because we just spoke last week. I've not got all these interesting stories.
Yeah.
But I did make an omelette the other day, and hear me out. It made me reminisce on the past. Okay.
Right.
It's time for a shitty anecdote. Is it even an anecdote if it's just a story? Is
that's what an anecdote is.
Okay. So many years ago, me and my family were on holiday in Spain.
Wow.
And my brother has never been a culinary expert. Sort of person who doesn't eat carrots.
Why?
Doesn't like them.
That was a valid reason.
Doesn't eat cucumber because they taste weird, even though they taste of nothing.
I like cucumber. Favourite.
Vitamins, minerals, very high number. But anyway, so one thing my brother does like is a cheese toastie. And you know when you're making a toastie, I presume that you either use an oven or them
like a grill.
No, like the toaster bags you used to get. Do you remember those?
Oh yeah.
The weird brown ones.
Yeah, I know the ones.
And they're saying,
and then you put the toaster sideways so the cheese doesn't go in the toaster.
Yeah. Well, my brother wanted to make a cheese toastie on holiday in our apartment.
Right.
So he got the toaster, turned it on its side, and then he got toast. Well, bread.
He got toast.
Bread at this point. Then he got some processed cheese.
Oh no.
The first problem. Put that on. Don't know why we had processed cheese.
I already don't like that.
And then you put another piece of toast on.
Right.
Then put that in the toaster sideways without the toaster bag.
Okay. So disaster ensued. He broke the toaster.
He broke the toaster.
He broke the toaster.
Yeah, and it's the sort of thing where you have to go down to the reception and go, our toaster is broken because of this.
Because we filled it full of plastic cheese.
Full of plastic cheese.
That's what I call it. Sorry.
It was just covered in plastic cheese. And it was a sort of thing where, you know when you've been so incompetent that they just go,
okay.
Yeah, but we'll let you off.
They just can't be bothered
to crying child
go into how wrong
with
what
his obliterated cheese toastie
in the toaster,
stuck in the toaster.
Amazing.
Now I have a question with toaster dials.
Right.
It's that obviously there's a thing that do toaster dials mean minutes.
Oh, toaster dial. I thought you meant like toaster dial, like dingo dial.
No, not like
half crocodile, half toaster.
I was thinking like dial a toaster. Like you dial a number. It's like hello.
Rent a toaster for only $3.99.
Yeah, I'd like a toaster, please. As fast as possible.
And they send a courier.
You get like a little
speeds down the motorway.
Like a drone just drops it outside your doorstep. You get a smashed toaster.
You see a little drone come down in the window.
Yeah, a little like knocker on the windowsill. Toaster dials. So there's a thing that toaster dials mean minutes.
Right. They don't, do they?
They don't. No.
No.
But what do you have yours on?
I don't know. I honestly, I change it sometimes. I don't. Numbers mean nothing, Mason.
Numbers mean nothing. I think I usually go between a 2 and a 3. But I have a question. Who the hell puts their toast on 5?
That's a good question.
Why is it there?
You're in a hurry. You just put it in, boom,
Yeah.
take it out straight away.
If you change the dial after you started the toaster, does that change it, or does it just stay at what you originally had it at?
Another one of life's greatest mysteries. Could you like, you could like turn it, get the perfect crisp, and then turn it down.
Yeah. Or you could do like a 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5 the entire time.
Yeah, then break the toaster. How to make a toaster explode.
How to make a toaster explode. I'm not a massive fan of toast.
Yeah, no, me either.
It's there.
I never really got why it's one of those like acceptable breakfast foods. Breakfast foods are already a thing that I hate as like a concept.
Well, I get why they're an acceptable breakfast food.
Yeah, but it's like, it's just bread, but different. It's just bread, but warm.
Toast. It's warm bread.
That's all it is. It's just warm bread. You wouldn't go, oh yeah, can I have some bread, please? And then someone would say, yes, that's an acceptable thing to just eat. Yes. Just plain bread on its own.
Yes, waiter, one warm bread, please.
Yeah, but you ask for toast, and it's like, oh yeah, sure, man, that makes sense.
Yes, and can I get some cow fat on that too, please?
It's just a single slice of bread, but it's been cooked. So I don't get it. I don't get why that's acceptable.
You're not a fan of breakfast, though, are you?
No.
I will happily eat cereal.
I mean, it depends for me. I'm very picky. I think the thing is, like, breakfast foods in general wind me up because it's like, it's a situation where you're only allowed to have like certain things, right? So it's only socially acceptable.
Yeah, can't just have a fucking kebab for breakfast.
But why not?
Well, I don't know.
Exactly, no one knows.
I don't actually know.
It's just like some obligatory.
Because it's like a full English is bad for you.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just to be honest, at any time of the day, a full English is bad for you.
Yeah. Oh, it's just greasy and I mean, it's all right.
It's nice, but it's not good for you.
But no.
But it's the idea that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I think that's actually just BS.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think it's just.
It's actually dinner. Dinner's more important.
Surely dinner's more important
because your body breaks it down during sleep, and it also means that it'll have enough fat stored for the next morning, so you won't have to eat as soon in the morning. It's an old hunter-gatherer thing because most of the time hunters wouldn't go hunting in the morning.
No.
So you'd eat a lot in the afternoon or in the night time, and then that'd give you enough energy for like midday the next day to go and find something.
Yeah, I like breakfast. I quite like cereal, but I eat cereal without milk, which is disturbing to the masses.
I used to do that. I'm not a fan of it anymore, but I can still see why you would.
I have some cereals with milk, but sometimes I just
some cereals. I feel like the milk takes away from the taste a little bit. You know?
I mean, recently,
it blands it a little bit.
I tried white chocolate Cocoa Pops.
That sounds disgusting.
They were. I'm not going to swear.
You can.
They're fucking disgusting. They taste like vanilla cardboard.
At best.
At best.
At best.
Like someone, I don't know, injected MSGs into Rice Krispies.
Lovely, brilliant, exciting.
Oh,
but
horrible.
I don't know, it's like cereals are like a prime example of why breakfast is a dumb concept.
But that's just
I like cereal. I'm not saying that cereal's bad, but it's like the amount of parents that would say, oh no, Timmy, you can't have this like, I don't know, like Heinz spaghetti hoops, right?
No.
Because that's not acceptable. Although it's one of your 5 a day, it is because it's all tomato sauce. It's real tomato sauce in the Heinz ones, at least.
I can't
speak for the others.
You can't speak for Asda Smart Price spaghetti hoops.
So to an extent, that's okay. You're actually getting some nutrients there. What's in a bowl of Crave?
Sugar.
Chocolate.
Sugar. And, what's the final ingredient? Sugar.
Yeah. And Mum will go, oh yeah, that's fine. Lucky Charms? That's just marshmallows. But because it's in cereal, go for it.
It's like Cookie Crisp. For those of you in America, actually, no, I think you do have Cookie Crisp.
I'm not sure, but yeah, they're basically just cookies.
It's basically just cookies for breakfast in little mini form.
Cookies, but worse.
Whole grain.
It's cookies, but worse.
It's cookies, but worse. Well, I think, and you have got things like breakfast foods that are good for you, like muesli, but you go to little Timmy, because every child is called Timmy.
Yeah,
and you
in
say,
this universe.
Do you want some Alpen? Other mueslis are available. And Timmy will just go, no, I don't like raisins.
Yeah. Give me pure chocolate.
Because kids want Crave and other
I gotta say, Crave is dope. Or it was. They
It
changed.
was. They've changed
it,
the recipe.
and now it just tastes bad. It just tastes like sugar.
Did you used to get like the cereal multi-packs?
Yeah, but I don't really know why, because I was really picky with cereal.
I wasn't that picky. I always quite liked the Rice Krispies multi-grain shapes, and I don't know why.
Oh no, I like those.
Yeah.
I mean, I liked. I haven't had them in like a billion years.
Me neither. I haven't had them since I was like 8.
Yeah. Damn, I kind of want to try those now.
Yeah, let's do
Those
like a
be
cereal
nice.
episode.
We do the cereal episode.
We just cereal ASMR.
I thought we were meant to be tea cups, not
Cereal
cups.
bowls.
Cereal bowls.
cups. That's the title of this episode.
Cereal cups.
Cereal cups and sugar overdoses.
Yummy. Why is breakfast so bad?
Or we could just call it warm bread.
Warm bread.
There
I
we
like
go.
that.
Warm bread.
Warm bread.
You're listening to Warm Bread.
Da, 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 da.
The smooth tones of your toast.
Smooth toast. Could you imagine that? I'm just picturing like, you know, when you're a kid and you get like the play food that you sort of mash together, and yeah, that was a visual thing.
You can't see the visuals.
You can't see that, but it gets the picture across.
Yeah, well, not to the listeners at home.
Not to the listeners at home, especially not to the mute listeners.
No, the mute listeners who listen to the podcast without any audio.
That's quite impressive.
Yeah,
let us know how you do it.
They just use YouTube automatic subtitling.
They read the podcast.
It's like, do bucket fish cereal toast bread.
They're gonna. I swear to God, you'll not be able to tell that apart from any of the other captions that are auto-generated for this.
No.
That could have been anything.
But yeah, so we were on about cereal.
Somehow.
So
well, I think it was more
about
a topic about breakfast.
Well, breakfast. So
breakfast is a dumb concept, and I hate it.
What are other breakfast foods? Because if you go to like a chain pub, such as a Horse That Is Hungry
or a Marston's.
Do
they open in the morning?
Spoons. That's it.
With the spoons.
So, for anyone who's not English,
Wetherspoons is like a pub that's like sells food and stuff, basically. There you go.
But yeah, they do lots of breakfast things. Like you can get a full English, but it's not good for you at all. It's
not. No, I remember. We went on holiday to Rhyl a few years back, and we didn't stay in Helltail. Let me try that again. We don't stay in Helltails often. We don't stay in hotels very often, but we did for this one because it was cheap, and I like hotels. I don't know why.
I like hotels sometimes, but I don't like staying in a hotel the night before you... Like, you have airport hotels where you'll stay the night before you fly. I hate those because you just don't sleep.
No, I don't know. I've never flown before.
Anyway, you're on about the real Helltail.
Real Helltails.
Hellish tales of life in Rhyl.
Yeah, basically. No, hotels, I find them quite interesting. We stayed at them, we stayed at one this one time. And we couldn't cook at all.
No, because it's a hotel.
It's a hotel. But they also didn't offer B&B, which we didn't know. There was no breakfast offerings.
Go find your own, forage for berries.
You could... There were breakfast offerings, but they weren't included. Oh, and they were like 20 quid a breakfast.
Oh, jeez.
I think it was actually like £17 for a full English.
So for those of you at home, my eyebrows just raised.
They did. So we were like, nah. So we ended up living off McDonald's breakfast, and there was a Wetherspoons down the road.
Oh, I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in so long.
Right, it's a weird thing. But yeah, so we basically lived off the Wetherspoons for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like a week.
That's healthy.
Wasn't cheap, but it was cheaper than the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But I was going to say that for breakfast, I basically just lived off of the American pancakes and bacon.
Oh, that's a good way to live. That's a very good way to live.
Good way to live. I did not regret that.
So what did you have for breakfast today?
I had sausages on a bread roll. A nice one.
So a sausage bap.
Kind of. It's one of those... I don't know how to describe them, but you know the weird rolls that kind of look like they're just like a series of balls?
No.
That's the name for the episode, a series of balls. No, They're really hard to explain. It's like a bread roll, but it looks wrong.
Do you mean like the cheese ones with like the
No.
on top, the stuff on top?
No.
A bread roll that's made of circles.
It's kind of, yeah. It's like a bumpy like bottom, and then they have like, and then it goes in, but then there's like another like roundy bit on top. It's really hard to explain. They kind of look like flowers. I think that might be what they're called. They're like flower cobs.
That sounds
Right.
Flower cob. So you
Flower
had that.
cob. Yeah.
What did I have for breakfast? It's not as interesting. I had a cinnamon porridge and honey.
Cinnamon porridge.
It was like cinnamon flavoured porridge.
I don't like cinnamon very much.
I really like cinnamon. This is the great divide of the people.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon.
I don't know what it is. I've never really been a fan of it.
No, but it is quite a satisfying word to say.
Cinnamon, yeah.
Cinnamon.
Isn't that the name of one of the chasers? The Cinnamon.
The Cinnamon.
I'm sure
Paul
it is.
Sinner.
I think that might be because they have like nicknames, right?
Yeah, you got the Beast,
the Beast, the Cinnamon,
the Cinnamon, Saints and Sinners,
Jesus, you know.
Yeah, all the good ones. I've not watched much of The Chase recently.
No, me either.
Apparently, Bradley Walsh is a bit of a twant, though.
That doesn't surprise me, to be honest. He just looks like he would be.
He looks like a sort of person where you can tell as soon as the cameras go off, he's like, "Oh, get out of my sight, you bastard!"
He just looks angry all the time, but he's like smiling. Do you know what I mean? It's like
smiling on the outside, dying on the inside.
Yeah, he's like the Joker. He's like.
Oh, this is like the thing of are TV hosts the same in real life, and some of them are. Like, I think Stephen Fry is.
Yeah, I can see that.
Who else exists?
I feel like Jeremy Clarkson's probably pretty samey.
Yeah, I think he does not give a rat's ass about anything.
Brilliant. Anyway.
But my one hypothesis in life is the fact that will the world ever run out of game shows?
No. There will always be another.
You know, when I think the world is done at finding 4 p.m. game shows.
But the thing is, each one's more pointless than the last.
Ooh. Like, what is it? Warwick Davis has got one now called, like, Tenable.
Oh my god. I don't know what it is with Tenable. I've never watched it, but it's always in, like, the top charts on Google Play Games, because for some reason, like, game adaptations for mobiles
obviously.
are, like, a really popular thing for game shows. And Tenable is always on, like, the top 10. Sorry, it just reminded me that I had my phone in my pocket.
I was watching Tenable with someone. Someone was over at my house before the incident.
I've never actually watched it.
And they were just there and Tenable was on. We weren't paying attention to it. It was just background audio, okay?
Okay.
You
don't have to justify it.
And my friend said to me, "Is Warwick Davis on a like a stool?" And I was like, "Yes. He is a dwarf."
Yeah.
So is he raised on a different platform to everyone else? It's like, probably.
Yeah, probably.
He's just stood on like an apple
He's
crate.
Just really tall. He's just got really long legs.
He's had like leg surgery. Just extensions.
That was the plot of a South Park episode.
Leg extensions.
Yeah. Wasn't a very politically correct episode. Not that you needed to know that because it's South Park.
Ever very politically correct.
South Park took a weird turn.
Is it still going?
It's still going. They went from episodic to like serialized.
So they tell like stories now.
Yeah, it's like an overarching story for the series now, and it's actually quite fresh. I appreciate the switch up.
Yeah, when your show has been going forever, you have to change it up. But
it's something that the Simpsons would never do.
No, they peaked at chocolate salty balls though. Let's be real.
But I have to say that the new serialized plot lines is a lot more interesting. Although they're quite naive. It's all very topical in the end, which it always has.
It always has been very topical. It's like, haha, we can do it quicker than you, Family Guy.
But yeah, it basically started with the 2016 election.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And they thought that it would be Hillary, so they wrote the entire plot line based around Hillary winning. She didn't.
Really?
Really? Yeah.
So let's go on a tangent.
Tangent.
Kanye.
Kanye,
Kanye West is running for president.
for some reason.
He had his first rally a while back.
Didn't he get arrested?
No.
I saw like a picture of him getting in a cop car, so I just assumed he
Maybe,
got arrested.
but it was disturbing. I watched a video of it and it was disturbing.
I haven't actually seen it.
He had 2020 shaved into the back of his forehead.
Into the back of his forehead.
No,
It's ingrained in his mind.
Yeah, 2020 shaved on the back of his head. He was wearing like a bulletproof vest.
Yeah, I saw that.
And he was screaming stuff. He was obviously anti-abortion stuff, I think.
Mm.
He was screaming stuff like, "I nearly killed my daughter. I almost killed my daughter." She said that Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. It was disturbing. I think the problem with Kanye right now is he's clearly a man who needs some help.
Yeah. I mean, we've known that forever.
Yeah, no, but right now he's clearly
right
going
now,
through a
it's gone
bipolar or
worse.
mental health episode.
But I think the thing is, he's always been really odd.
Oh yeah,
in the head, and I don't think that he's been 100% mentally well for a long time.
No,
But this definitely hasn't helped.
No, I
the
think
whole trying to run for president.
I think it's given him obviously a platform. And
Did you hear about him wanting to call his political party Wakanda?
I thought you wanted to call it the birthday party.
Apparently he wanted it to be called Wakanda.
Did that not go down too well with
I don't think
the
it did,
electoral
surprisingly.
peoples?
Or with Marvel,
Yeah, that
Disney.
Yeah, I don't think they want to sponsor Kanye's presidential campaign.
Funnily enough, no.
No.
I don't think anyone does.
Well,
I don't know, it's just like... Trump is a bit of a meme candidate, really, in his own way. But this is a whole...
This takes it to a whole new level of meme.
But it's just kind of sad to look at.
Yeah, it's actually upsetting to watch.
Yeah, I mean, when most of this guy's money came from a song where he just repeats "You're such a fucking hoe" for like 3 minutes,
I love it.
and now he wants to be president. I don't know, man.
What can you say? He's a sick fuck.
Then again, we had Ronald Reagan, the actor.
Oh, Ronald Reagan.
So anything's possible.
God, anything can happen.
Back to the Future reference.
Anything can happen.
Had to sneak one in.
I don't understand the world anymore.
No, I feel like 2020 has just been a write-off. Did you hear about aliens being spotted in the sun?
Sorry, what?
There was like footage of a giant cube leaving the sun that NASA found, and some people dug it up and they reckon it was an alien.
So they think it's aliens.
Plausibly. A giant cube left the sun, Ryan.
Are you sure it just wasn't like a bit of the sun that fell off?
No, it's... Hold on.
It's like a chip. There's like a chip on the sun.
Whoever decided that the on button and the volume button should be what you press to take a screenshot is annoying.
I can't do that. I don't have like a screenshot button on my Chinese spy device.
Ah.
I have to pull down my top menu.
Right.
And then...
What's happening? What are you doing?
No, like, you get the control panel thing.
Yeah.
I have to, like, pull that down.
Right.
And I have to press a button called screenshot.
Oh, that's useful.
But it is quite useful. It's like people ask, why do I use Firefox? It's because you can right-click and screenshot.
Now, the thing that annoys me with having the buttons is it means that if you want to turn the phone on, holding it like this, I have like 50 different screenshots of my lock screen.
Which lock screen screenshot do you want today?
Sorry, I'm on my phone because I put it in Discord.
You put it in Discord?
Alien cube ship spotted leaving the sun.
Oh, so yeah, 2020 coronavirus is just by aliens.
Oh, maybe.
It's the 5G conspiracies that are still...
The fact that that's still going on.
It's, because there was a documentary.
Always very reliable.
Pandemic, I think it's called. And it's like this idea that the virus...
That's what Plague Inc. should have been called.
Pandemic. I'm not going to spoil it, but you can watch it. But don't.
But
like, there's so much stuff about this pandemic, saying the pandemic was planned and the government made the virus in a biolab.
I'm assuming this is an American documentary.
Yes, to distract the American people.
Yeah.
And then there's other stuff, obviously 5G towers, saying that 5G towers cause the virus, which, spoiler alert, they don't.
I mean, the most obvious evidence of that should be the fact that this is in like almost every country on Earth, and a lot of countries don't have 5G towers. So how the hell is it transmitting it to them?
I think there was a video. I can't remember where it was. I think it might have even been on like Vice. But it was in England. It was these men putting in 5G stuff, I think, or telephone towers and stuff.
Yeah.
And this woman goes up and says, "Or as soon as that goes on, or it's gonna be bye bye mama."
Bye bye mama.
Bye bye mama.
I mean, if you want to convince someone that what they're doing is wrong, bye bye mama. It's
no.
like 2 steps away from Zooey mama.
But obviously this has been a time where conspiracy theories have just blossomed.
Which is terrifying.
Of course, the Earth is still flat.
The Earth is still flat. Giraffes aren't real.
Wait, what?
Pigeons are government spy drones.
Wait. Giraffes aren't real.
Giraffes aren't real. Come on, man. It's 2020.
I've not heard about this giraffe theory before.
Okay, basically, think about a giraffe. Think how believable that is. It's a horse with a long neck, yellow and brown spots, a black tongue.
Wait, they have black
long
tongues?
legs. Yeah, they've got black tongues. What part of that sounds real to you? They've got little antlers as well, but they're not antlers. They're just sort of stumps on their head.
Not like giraffes. Are they ears?
No, the ones.
Oh,
that
no, the little thingies.
Yeah, the little doodads.
It's a visual gag, but
visual gag.
Oh dear. What other animals are weird that they exist?
I'm gonna say though, if aliens do exist on this planet, it's giraffes.
Giraffes are like.
I'm not gonna say that they're not real, but I'm saying there's something fishy going on there.
Well, have you heard about this thing with foxes?
There's a lot. That's a lot that could be. What does it say?
For many years, in like Russia, they've been trying to domesticate foxes.
Right.
And they're actually
quite cute.
They're making progress now.
I know a couple breeds of foxes that you can get that are like pets.
Like there's this thing like I was watching a video at like 2 a.m. about it. It was like these foxes, and they would come in. They'd be passive. They'd kind of act like a dog. And they're friendly. They're friendly with humans, but it's sort of thing where even though they've just been doing this for like 50 years now, breeding foxes to try and make them like domesticated, it's still nowhere near. It's still a thing of they will come towards you. Actually, no, they won't even come towards you. Like if you draw like a circle, the dog will come into your circle and stay in your circle because the dog
is a good boy.
It's a good boy, but the fox will come into the circle, go, "Who's this?" and then just wander off.
I respect that.
But so yeah.
But you have to consider that it took generations of humans to tame wolves.
Exactly.
And get them as good boys. Same with cats.
It's like we domesticated cats twice.
Yeah. So it's not something that is going to take 50 years. It's something that's going to take like 100, 200 years.
Yeah, exactly.
I would like it to be something that we see in our lifetime, though.
Domestic foxes.
Because I think foxes are adorable.
The one pet I've always wanted is a hedgehog.
Hedgehogs are also adorable.
So adorable.
I'm with you there. I have an image.
You have an image of a hedgehog?
I have several images of hedgehogs. My favourite one is the hedgehog with the little strawberry on his head.
Oh, that is adorable.
It's a good one. But, it's on Instagram.
Again, a duck. I think a pet duck would be cool.
Ducks are cool. I like ducks. They're fun.
They are fun.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him go. He's in the car.
It's a hedgehog with a seatbelt on in a car.
Yeah, he's got his little hands on the seatbelt.
That's very cool.
He looks very happy about himself.
Well, the one animal that my Instagram feed is full of now is raccoons.
That's good.
It's good. I find them quite cute. A lot of people I know don't and say they are disgusting creatures. I still find them quite cute.
Raccoons are brilliant.
They're big boys. They just want to nom nom nom.
They're like just hungry good boys.
Hungry good boys. Is that the new? Is that the new board game?
The new game from Hasbro. Hungry good boys.
Hungry good boys.
He starts to poke the raccoon's tail, and he goes. Meow.
What noise do raccoons make? It probably is.
I think it is like a high pitched bark.
Like a high pitched dog noise.
Yeah.
Foxes kind of bark.
They like yap.
They're like yappy. They don't actually. Obviously, this is a big conundrum over the years. What does the fox say? But we're not gonna go into that.
Basically, they yap, and then the females scream. Have you ever heard a fox scream?
Yes, it's terrifying.
Absolutely terrifying. You think someone's being stabbed, but no, it's just a fox feeling a bit
Yeah,
frisky.
and maybe at Thorpe Park when there was stabbing. I thought someone screamed. I thought, "Is that a fox, Jake?" It's like, yeah, I think it's a fox.
Yeah, there's a fox shaped like a human bleeding out on the floor.
Human-shaped foxes invade the United Kingdom.
Oh, I remember. So it just reminded me when I was a kid. The Sun has always been a bad publication.
Oh yeah.
But they used to publish like whenever there was like a new breed of like slightly dangerous animals at all that would get into the country. They would like one specific one I remember was killer hamsters.
Killer hamsters.
And they had like a badly photoshopped image of like a hamster with like glowing red eyes and like bloody mouths and stuff on the front. Yes. Basically, it was just another breed of hamster that had been brought into the UK that didn't like other hamsters. That was it. That was the story. But the Sun being the Sun hammed it up so much, and I remember seeing that image when I was a child and being terrified to go anywhere for like a week because I thought that a killer hamster was going to jump out and like eat me or something.
Oh, hamsters are cute though.
I know, but as a child you see deadly photoshopped hamster on the front cover of like a newspaper.
Yeah,
and
you see,
like,
I don't know why when you said about the killer hamsters, I thought of Hamster Dance, which is possibly the furthest you can get from
killer hamsters. While still being on the topic of hamsters. Although, no, my first thought was there was a book when I was a kid, and I can't remember what it was called, but it's something like Night of the Killer Hamsters or something like that. Night of
the Killer Hamsters.
It was like the Great Hamster Heist or something like that.
The Great Hamster Massacre of 2001.
Maybe it was Hamster Massacre. I don't know. It was something along those lines. And basically, it was about these kids who really wanted a hamster, and their parents wouldn't let them.
Mm-hmm.
So they got their nan to knit them like masks, and they broke into a pet shop and stole a hamster.
Because your nan is always the one who encourages the robbery.
Yeah, I mean they told them that it was. They were like, "Nan, it's cold. Can you knit us some balaclavas?"
Can you make sure that you can't identify our faces in the nan?
So they broke into a pet shop, stole 2 hamsters, brought them home, kept them as pets, and then one morning they were like all dead and bloody and stuff. And it turned out that because sometimes hamsters, when they're afraid and they give birth, they will eat the children.
Yeah,
they'll kill the offspring.
That is true.
And that is what happened. And that was pretty much where the book ended. This was like a book for children.
Children's books are weird.
I'm pretty sure it was called The Great Hamster Massacre. I'm almost certain that's what it was called.
And on that note,
good read. Good reading.
Do you have any other topics of discussion?
Besides hamster massacres, no.
Me neither. Thank you for joining us, and we were as
rambly as ever.
Yeah.
That was an interesting one.
Was an interesting one.
Wow.
We'll see you soon.
Don't kill hamsters.
Don't kill hamsters. Don't drink hand sanitizer.
Definitely don't drink bleach. Drink tea.
Enjoy some tea and warm bread.
Tea and warm bread. Perfect breakfast items. Goodbye.